Good evening, everybody. It is really a privilege to be with you all here tonight. I think volunteers can play a role in advancing and smoothing one's pathway to economic opportunity. Volunteering is one of the best ways to get your skin in the game and get involved and learn about the issues that matter most to folks who have the most significant barriers in front of them. What this is saying is that for someone who is born at the bottom of the economic distribution, that you have a 43% chance of remaining at the bottom into adulthood. It poses a serious challenge for us as a community. How can young people access opportunity and participate in future prosperity? How do we create those opportunities? So the infrastructure of opportunity is a coordinated system of policies and practices and a supporting culture that enables people to excel and succeed through the pathway to economic opportunity, which means that they're getting a foundational education, a post-secondary credential, and having access to living wage employment. So how do mobility outcomes change with a post-secondary credential? This is really absolutely amazing, very positive thing, exciting thing that we're about to see. This is, again, another national data set. It's coming from Pew Charitable Trust. What they did is they looked at people who did not have a post-secondary credential, who grew up at the bottom of the economic distribution, and found that 47% of them would remain in the bottom. But if you got a post-secondary credential, that it drops to 10%, which is really remarkable. Along that pathway, there are multiple different places where one might connect. I think part of the challenge is understanding that that pathway is important and that it exists, and then figuring out where your passions, where your interests align with that pathway, and where you can play a role for the hordes of young people who are not having a smooth transition through it. The infrastructure of opportunity in some ways is a collection of policies. But at the end of the day, policies are being administered by individuals. There are school counselors that are delegated with work that needs to be done, and how they do that work and how well they sort of search and find young people that may have more significant barriers to their progress and act on those. I mean, every single decision that's made like that is opening up an opportunity for someone else. An opportunity moment is one of those moments when someone gives a helping hand, when they open up a door for you, when they support an idea that you have, when they have a conversation with you that changes the way that you think about things or perceive the opportunities in front of you. It's essentially helping someone out and opening up the doors of opportunity for them along the pathway to economic opportunity. And then they track. These are individual moments where someone says to you, well, you're going down this path, have you tried these 3 other paths, right? That's sort of what an opportunity moment is. It's actions like this that could actually change the arc of someone's life. Part of what I've been charged to talk about today is what are the sort of community strategies, what needs to be in place to ensure that an infrastructure of opportunity abounds here in St. Paul, and how can you all sort of contribute to that? What we know to be true about how social change is created historically is that it's the everyday resistive actions taken by regular people whose names we may never know, but did intentional acts that created the energy, inertia, and really built power to change society. So I think about the work that you all are doing, how to have one-on-one conversations with people, the importance of encouraging resiliency and child development. You all have been sort of equipped to create such opportunity moments. But you've been equipped to have these conversations and interact with either the young people you're working with or the older folks you're working with in a way that can create opportunity moments that, again, can change their world. One of my favorite quotes is a quote by Robert F. Kennedy, and I'm paraphrasing, but he essentially says that no one person usually has the ability to shape the entire arc of history, but that every time each and every one of us speaks out against an oppressive act, does an act that combats injustice, does an act that sort of promotes the liberty of others, that we're sending out a tiny ripple of hope, and that these tiny ripples of hope combined can create a wave that can knock down any wall of oppression. Better than your